All right, so we're going to start off the third on the kill. Rybicki's in the box. Looks like Paulo's doing okay. Just took a few shifts off. Reynolds is out. Campbell. Just as a reminder, Storm are up 1-0. Paulo wins that draw over to Reynolds. Reynolds pushes it forward. Storm trying to set up, go behind the net. Cross ice. And carried in. Dropped. Reynolds gets a stick on it. Storm have to push it behind the net. Puck goes in the corner, back behind the net. Campbell is there. Campbell hard up off of the board. Strange bounce back up to the D. Over to the near board. Shot in front. Save. No rebound by Cutting. Nietzsche is going to come out with Letcher. Paulo and Reynolds will come off. Storm gets kicked out for going soon. Puck one forward. Trip by Storm, and we're going to go 4-on-4. Letcher, good draw, gets that puck first and then gets taken out. So Storm's going to go in the box for tripping, and we'll go 4-on-4 for 31 seconds. Nietzsche, Letcher, Onak, and Campbell will remain. Huddle.
Shouldn't have to do that anymore.
Well, this is live, but nobody has access to this.
Nobody? No.
Just the boys. Storm straight into the neutral zone. Gets around a couple of guys, gets a shot off, rebound in front. Nietzsche gets it over to the corner. Storm still in control. All right, Rybicki comes out of the box and Pulauskas comes on. We've got a minute 25 of power play. Campbell carrying through. Storm went for a change, so they let us go through unharassed in the neutral zone and set up. Campbell and Letcher change spots. Over to Onak. Onak down for Pulauskas, misses, goes over to Letcher, bouncing into the corner. Off of Campbell's stick and into the neutral zone. Storm got another change. And put it forward. One guy in, gets a shot. Deflected by Campbell, goes over to the near board. Storm still in control. Pin it. Letcher trying to kick it out. Goes into a skate. Letcher leaves it for Campbell. Campbell over to Letcher. Letcher's going to dump that in. And Nietzsche is going to go after it. Brzgintis has come out. Storm clear the puck, send it all the way down. 26 seconds to go. Paulo comes out. Brzgintis over to Paulo. To Pulauskas. Pulauskas tries to get it back to Paulo, misses, and goes into the neutral zone. Onak gets a stick on it. Paulo collects. Knocked back into the neutral zone. Rybicki. Power play is over. Onak dumps it in. Chalicki is out. Paulo in the corner. Reynolds has come on. Reynolds chips it back to Chalicki. Chalicki in the corner. over to Paulo. Paulo's shot goes wide. Reynolds back to Paulo. Paulo's shot is blocked. Onak over to Paulo. Paulo back down for Chilicki. Chilicki to the far board. Storm tried to get it out, but it's kept in by Rybicki. To the near board, Onak gets past him. Reynolds comes back to help. Reynolds up to Onak. Onak ahead for Chilicki. Chilicki's got Kushkowski streaking. Puck was knocked away. Onak fakes the shot, brings it in. Centering. Kushkowski's stick gets lifted. Carter keeps it in. Puck into the corner. Kushkowski still working. Puck goes down deep. Credidio comes to help. Off of Kushkowski's stick, Storm get it to the neutral zone. Offsides, Storm. Carter and Storm player collide. 12:55 to go in the third. Kushkowski sets up to take the faceoff. Puck one back. Storm bring it to the near board. Intercepted by Kushkowski. He's got to dump it. Carter tags up. Puck over to the far board and goes in. Campbell looking over to Credidio. Credidio up for Kushkowski. Bounces off of his stick over to the far board. Storm goes back the other way. Good stick by Credidio. Takes a couple of hits, but puck goes away to Storm. Storm put one on cutting. He leaves it for Miller. Miller up to Carter. Carter ahead for Kushkowski. Doesn't quite get there. Kush goes for a change. Carter goes for a change. Kruger and Bergeron have come out. That looked like it hit metal, but didn't blow it dead. Puck goes back in. Centering pass hits a skate of a Storm player in the corner. Campbell gets the pass from Kruger up to Bergeron. Bergeron waiting. Gets it over to Brown, but goes behind him. Brown battling. Puck knocked away by Bergeron into the neutral zone. Storm just go ahead and dump it and get a change. Brown's all by himself. Puck comes up, chipped forward for Kruger. Kruger's got Bergeron. Puck stuck in some feet. Storm try to get it across. Kruger gets a stick on it. Storm send it down. That's going to go icing. 11:04 to go in the third. We'll get a change. Letcher, Nietzsche, Pulauskas. Prisgintis, Onak at D. Nietzsche wins that back to Letcher. Letcher, Prisgintis for Pulauskas in the corner. Storm send it back up at 2. Onak stands his man up. They both go down and puck comes into the zone. Pulauskas able to take it away. He's got some room. Over to Letcher. Letcher brings it in. He's got Prisgintis ahead of him. Storm step in front of the pass, and Onak has to send it back up to Nietzsche. Nietzsche trying to go cross ice for Letcher. Pulauskas back. Letcher gets a shot, hits off of the goaltender and into the netting. Nice sequence of passing for that opportunity. Rybicki comes on. Rybicki and Miller now at D. Letcher, Nietzsche, Pulauskas stay. Puck won by Nietzsche over to Letcher. Letcher gets it to Rybicki. Miller tries to walk it in, hits off of Storm's skate. Rybicki. Puck gets knocked aside, and Storm put it deep. Miller is there, puts it forward for Letcher. Letcher over to Rubicki. Rubicki carries it through, gets it to Nietzsche. Nietzsche shot, glove save by the Storm goaltender. And we're going to change with Paulo, Reynolds, and Chalicki. Pulauskas, Nietzsche, and Letcher will come off. Rubicki and Miller stay. 10:03 remaining. Still down 1-0. Reynolds takes the draw. Into the corner, Paulo gets there. It's tied up. Chalicki and Reynolds working. Puck makes its way to Reynolds. He gets it up to Miller. Miller's shot is blocked. Rubicki does a nice job to get a stick on it, and Storm have to regroup. Puck brought in. Drop pass is intercepted, and Reynolds gets it out. Chalicki puts it in deep. Reynolds goes in on the forecheck. Reynolds pins his guy. Puck behind the net to the near board for Campbell. Campbell over to Kushkowski. Puck knocks past Kushkowski. It's a 2-on-1. Good job by Onak. Kushkowski gets his stick on it. Goes corner. Intercepted by Reynolds. Reynolds moving ahead. Takes some contact. Puck gets brought in by Storm. Onak pushing his guy to the corner. Puck picked up by Credidio. Credidio just pushes it out of the zone. Reynolds changes and Carter comes on. Campbell giving a hit as Storm have to dump in. Credidio sidesteps the guy, brings it into the neutral zone. Ahead for Carter. Carter dumps. Kushkowski goes in for pressure. Storm goes up to the far board. Credidio keeps it into Kushkowski. Kushkowski to Credidio. Credidio, quick shot, blocked. Goes behind the net. Storm to the near board. Prusgintis gets it to Kush. It hits off of a skate. Miller keeps it in. Miller and Credidio both down. Kush goes for a change. Everybody just on top of the puck. The ref finally blows it. Kruger, Brown, and Bergeron are coming out. Miller and Prusgintis will stay at D. Puck one over to Brown. Brown gets it to Prusgintis. Prusgintis got an angle, pass in front. Bergeron controls the rebound, but Storm were able to get a stick on it. Prusgintis brings it back in. Storm knock it all the way down, and that goes for an icing. Kruger. Puck gets tied up. Prusgintis trying to knock guy off the puck, still battling. Storm go down. Prusgintis gonna go for tripping. Prusgintis just kind of loses his footing, falls into the Storm player. And he's going to go sit for two. Paulo goes to take the face-off. Reynolds, Campbell, and Rubicki for the kill. 7:28 remaining. Storm win it back to their D. Set up on the on the power play. Shot blocked by Paolo. Paolo, nice job to get in front of that shot. That definitely stung him a bit. Back in front. Storm looking for a shot. Sidesteps Reynolds. Shot blocked again by Paolo. That puck makes its way to Cutting. Cutting puts it behind the net. Rybicki gets a hold of it and it goes out. Paolo comes to the bench. Nietzsche comes out. 2 big shot blocks by Paolo. Storm, cross ice. That might not. Yep. Good job by Nietzsche to recognize that that puck bounced off the boards strangely. Storm put it out of play. Letcher comes on. So center ice draw. Onak and Miller out at D. 6:33 to go, 105 remaining in the kill. Storm control the puck. Over to the near board. Good job by Onak, get a stick on the puck. Miller gets it, sends it down. Storm have to send it across ice quickly before Letcher and Nietzsche track in on him. Puck it to the corner. Letcher giving pressure. Gets there. Chips forward for Nietzsche. Nietzsche's all by himself. Puck still bouncing. Nietzsche gets a shot. Saved by Storm. Now he's gonna pin it. Still pinned. Letcher gets there. And he's in control. Storm gonna go for a change. 17 seconds to go. Gonna set it in on net. Goaltender has to cover because Nietzsche's going really then Nietzsche gets a little extra at the end of that. Still getting a little extra. Six seconds to go. So far, strong kill. 5:35 to go in the game. Still 1-0 Storm. Reynolds and Paolo with Onak and Miller. Puck kicked down. Reynolds gets to it. He's held, but still comes out with it. Storm take it away. Chilicki, good stick. Over to Reynolds. Reynolds chips it back. Chilicki and Reynolds in the corner. Reynolds circling. Shot goes wide. Chilicki is there. Chilicki down for Apollo. Apollo behind the net. Looking for Reynolds. Pass in front. Chilicki gets hold of it and scores. So Apollo looking for Reynolds. Bounces off and makes its way to Chilicki. Chilicki's quick shot beats the goaltender. 5 minutes to go, and we're tied 1-1. Kruger, Brown, and Bergeron are coming out. Frustration from the Storm goaltender as he lets out an exclamation. Kruger wins that one back to Onak. Onak to Miller. Miller back to Onak. Onak makes a move, gets past, and carries the puck in. Shot, rebound in front to Bergeron. Bergeron shot! Blocked to the side. Onak is battling in the corner with Kruger. Kruger gets it over to Bergeron. Onak goes for a change. Storm fire it out of play, and we'll get an in-zone face-off. We're gonna get a quick change. Letcher, Nietzsche, Pulauskas come out. Campbell and Rybicki at D. Storm win the face-off, get it through the neutral zone, but Rybicki is there, puts it back the other way, touches a Storm player. Letcher gets a stick on it, but it bounces back to Storm. Storm dump. Behind the net, Cutting leaves it. Rybicki off the glass over to Pulauskas. Pulauskas tries to chip it forward. Storm put it in. Rybicki, good stick over to Letcher. Letcher. Pulauskas is offsides. Quick change. Again. 4:06 to go. Kushkowski, Carter, Credidio come out. Kushkowski wins it over to Campbell. Campbell dumping it in. Kushkowski comes in hard for the forecheck. Centering pass for the breakout. Dangerous pass. No Fury player was there, but Storm carry it forward and dump it. Rybicki gets a hold of it. Tries to get it to Carter. Storm carry it in. They've got two. Kush back hard on the check. On the back checks. Cutting, able to knock that puck out of the blue zone and get it forward. I'm stumbling over my words here. Action is going pretty fast. Puck forward. Kushkowski gets enough on it where Credidio's able to keep it. Kush gets a stick back to Credidio, knocked over to Carter. Carter puts it into the corner for Prusgintis. Back behind for Credidio forward. Kushkowski gets interfered with. No call, and Storm go back the other way and change. Puck into the corner. Miller lost his stick. Shot wide over to the far board. Paulo gets tied up, but the puck comes free. Carter chips forward for Credidio. Credidio and Carter change. Reynolds comes out with Chalicki. Reynolds. Puck definitely went out of play. Hit somebody on the bench, and since they fired it from inside the zone, we'll get an offensive zone faceoff. So Miller and Prusgintis at D, Reynolds, Paulo, Chalicki for our forwards. 2:39 to go in the game, tied 1-1. Puck gets tied up, put into the corner. Storm send it out. Miller could have played it, it's waved. Cutting sends it forward for Paulo. Moving forward for Chalicki. Chalicki's stick gets hit. Gintis gets tied up and hooked. No call. Storm dump it in. Miller over to Paulo. Paulo ahead for Chalicki. Chalicki cross for Miller. Miller carries forward. He's got Reynolds. His pass to Reynolds, not quite there, but Paulo comes in and keeps working. Pass over to Reynolds, intercepted, but loose puck. Paulo working hard on the pressure. Cutting gives that one to Onak. Ahead for Reynolds. Reynolds cross for Chalicki. Chalicki puts it in and goes for a change. Nietzsche, Pulauskas, and Letcher come out. Letcher misses that bouncing puck. It goes all the way down. Campbell leaves it for Onak. Minute 31 to go. Campbell chips. Nobody touches it, and it goes all the way for icing. Minute 25 to go. Puck bounces off of Campbell, goes behind the net. Storm get there. Campbell, good hit. Puck gets pinned into the corner, minute 15. Puck comes loose to Nietzsche. He gets it over for Pulauskas. Storm keep it in. Fire it at Nietzsche. Nietzsche gets a stick on it. Letcher picks it up. Carrying into the zone. Pass over to Nietzsche. Nietzsche gets tied up. Storm get the puck out. Campbell misplays and it goes all the way down. Storm get a change. 52 seconds to go. Campbell carrying forward. Puck stuck in some feet. Storm try to clear. Pulauskas, nice job, gets it to Letcher. Letcher cross to Onak. Onak shot, blocked, in front. Paulo is there, couldn't quite get the shot off. Back to Campbell. Campbell back to Paulo, but it misses, goes to Letcher. Letcher passing to Pulauskas. Storm go back the other way. Paulo hard on the back check, gets there, knocks the puck away. Great play by Paulo. Goes over to Pulauskas. Pulauskas looking for some space, gets tied up. Puck still behind. Storm centering, good block by Paulo. Paulo doing it all out there right now. Puck hits the Storm player. They try to center over to Campbell. Campbell gets it ahead for Letcher. Letcher working on the boards. Puck still down there, and that's the end of regulation with the game tied 1-1. Heck of a last few minutes by Paulo. So I don't know what happens in the event of a tie. All right, looks like it's a tie. Yeah, I thought there'd be like a 5-minute overtime. I mean, I feel like we're over time. So we're gonna go 1-1 tie with Storm. Good back and forth match. Shalicki's goal ties it up in the third. Great game by Cutting and net. So we'll see you guys later tonight. We're gonna play TI. I don't think TI's won a game yet in this showcase, so we'll see how that goes later on. But we'll see you all tonight.